Evening. Hi, hello and good day. So today we are going to see the topic called as Boolean algebra under the digital fundamental units of the course Digital Principles in System Design. Under the title of the Boolean algebra, we are going to discuss about the Boolean theorems and their proofs. So before going into the topic directly, we need to know what is called as an algebra is. Okay, what is an algebra is? It's a mathematical system consisting of set of elements, set of operators, axioms or postulates. Axioms or postulates means it will be the statement that is given by the person or a group of set of people who founded or who listed the terms. Example, arithmetic on natural numbers. So the set of elements, the natural number means the set of elements n is equal to, it starts from 1 and it will extend up to n numbers 1, 2, 4 and etc. And the operators that we can use, arithmetic means arithmetic operations. It can be a positive operation or a negative operation or a multiplication operation. And axioms, axiom means there are few axioms that we have already known, you would have studied in your higher secondary classes. The first one is called as your closure axiom, you know, and next one is your identity axiom, associative axiom, commutative axiom and distributive axiom. These are a few things that you have studied in your early and as well as higher secondary standards. And note, operators with two inputs are called as your binary. Does not mean that they are restricted to binary numbers alone. Operators with one input are called as your unary numbers. Binary numbers means it should have an operators between them, but whereas operators with one input are called as your unary numbers. This classification is to be kept in mind. A set is a collection of having the same property. S is a set of x and y element or event. For example, S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 is a, let S be the sample set. If x is equal to 2, then x is in the set or sample space. If y is equal to 5, the 5 is not there in your given sample space, that is called as your S. 5 is not present in the given set S, so y is equal to 5, then y is not in S. A binary operator defines on a set of systems is a rule that assigns to each pair of the elements from S a unique element from S. For example, given a set, let you take the set to be your 1, 2, 3, 4 as given earlier. Consider an operation that A star B is equal to C, and star is the multiplication or the binary operator that is used there. If A comma B goes through and multiplication operation gets C means, and A comma B comma C, which should be in the sample space or the set S, then star is a binary operator of S. See, here we have used the multiplication operator as A star B is equal to C. Instead, we can use some other binary operators or arithmetic operators. Either it can be n plus or it can be n minus in between. So here the given operation is A star B is equal to C. If that is the case, then A comma B comma C should be in your given set S. Basic definitions of this Boolean algebra is: the most common postulate used to formulate various algebraic structures are as follows. This you have studied earlier. One is called as your closure axiom or the closure axiom, and next one is your associative axiom. Third one is called as your commutative. Fourth one is your identity axiom. Fifth one is your inverse axiom, and sixth one is your distributive law or distributive axiom. So we have to go in deep about the closure, associative, commutative, distributive, identity and as well as your commutative axiom. So what is a closure axiom is: a set S is closed with respect to a binary operator if for every pair of elements of S, the binary operator specifies a rule for the obtaining a unique element of your S. For example, let n be the natural numbers 1, 2, 3 is closed with respect to the binary operator plus by the rule of arithmetic addition. Since for any A comma B which is in n, there is a unique C will also be n. This we have already studied in the previous slide, that when two values A and B are operated by a multiplication symbol, if A and B are there in your set S means, then the value of C should also be in S. Like the same way, if n is a number of natural numbers, if A and B are operated by a positive operation, an arithmetic operation means, the output is called as your C, then the C should also be there in your natural number. So your A plus B, that is equal to C, but the operator is not closed for n. but the operator minus is not closed for n, because 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1, where 2 comma 3 is in n, but minus 1 is not in n. So here in the example it has been explained that in a natural number set of your 1 comma 2 comma 3 up to n numbers is closed with respect to the binary operation. They have restricted the binary operator to be plus alone. If you want to take it for your minus values means, then you have to take it as integers. It can have the both positive and as well as negative integers values. You can go for the operator minus, but whereas it is closed, okay, it is a closure axiom and it can be operated only for positive sign as of this natural numbers of 1 comma 2 comma 3 up to your etc is about. Okay, so when a and b are the two values, let the a value to be 1 and b value to be your 2 means, then a plus b is the operation. 1 plus 2 is equal to your 3. The value of your 1 plus 2 is called as your 3. Then c is your output, which is the 3 value. Then a comma b comma c, okay, a comma b comma c, which is present in the same n value. But whereas when it is operated by a negative symbol means it is not closed, okay, it's not, it won't be following the closure axiom. That means the set which you have considered earlier should be a different set of n. It should be an integer from negative values to positive values. If for that case negative arithmetic operation can be done, but whereas here the example is closed only for the positive operation alone. And next one is your associative law. As of associative law is about, it depends on the parenthesis usage. Say for example, here x comma y comma z be the 3 values, okay, so these are here the multiplication operators used. For example, x comma y comma z be 3 events, or for example it is the 3 operators that we have. Operators is your star, that is your multiplication operator, and x comma y comma be your z be your 3 binary values. So for example, parenthesis of your x star y star of your z is equal to x star of your y star z. So that means here you are altering only the parenthesis alone. So but these values are equated as for all your x comma y comma z, which should be in the given sample space or in the given set alone. Okay, so this is called as your associative axiom. Associative axiom rules with the parenthesis usage. So for example, when you take the parenthesis for the first two elements, it should be equal to into your third element should be equal to first element into of your parenthesis of your second and third element in simple. It can be used for other operator also. For example, it can be a positive operation, addition operation. A parenthesis of your x plus y plus z is equal to x plus of your y plus z. The third axiom that we are studying is called as your commutative axiom. Commutative axiom is a very simple axiom. It's simply the same. See, for example, a binary operator star is used, that is a multiplication operator is used on a set, is said to be commutative whenever, okay, x star of y which is equal to your y star of x for all x and y which is in S. So or else when it's used for the positive operation or addition rule, your x plus y that is equal to your y plus x. And the third one is the fourth axiom is called as your identity axiom. Identity axiom means this you would have studied in your modern algebra of your higher secondary, that for any addition operation the identity element is equal to the identity element is your 0. For the multiplication operation the identity element is your 1. Here the same, a set S is said to have an identity element with respect to a binary operation of multiplication on S if there exists an element, E is in S, okay, with the property that E star of x that is equal to your x star of E. That is, you are taking the commutative principle alone. You are taking the commutative principle E star of x which is equal to your x star of E. Here for addition operation the identity element is your 0. For the multiplication operation the identity element is your 1. When you use a 0, in addition operation the value remains unchanged. When you use and 1 for your multiplication operation the value remains unchanged. So only it is called as 0 plus x which is equal to your x plus 0 which is equal to x for all x's in your integers. The integer values can change from your etc to -3, -2, -1, comma 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, and here also 1 into your x which is equal to your x into 1 which is equal to x for x's in integers, where the value of the integers can varying from -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. And next one is your inverse axiom. A set having the identity element E with respect to the binary operator to have inverse whenever for every x is in S there exists an element y is in S such that, so for example, when a number x, here you can say that y is the inverse of x, means y is the inverse of x, then when you multiply, when you operate that with an multiplication operation, your x star of y should be equal to your E. Say for example, we all know the inverse of x is called as your x to the power of your minus 1. Let y is equal to x power of your minus 1. X into x inverse should always give you the identity element. The identity element is called as your E. If here your multiplication operation has been done, for multiplication the identity element is your multiplication operation, the identity element is your 1. So you can state it as x into x inverse is equal to 1. The operator plus over I with E is equal to 0. The inverse of an element A is your minus A. For example, instead of using this multiplication operation, if you go for an addition operation, you can write as x plus y that is equal to E. You can write it as x plus y which is equal to E. Then where y is called as the inverse of your x, y is called as the inverse of x. In addition operation, y can be written as minus A. So x minus x which should be equal to your 0, where 0 is called as your identity element of your addition operation. And the next law is called as your distributive law. Okay, if star and dot are the two binary operators on the set S, then star is said to be distributive over this multiplication. Okay, then the star is said to be distributive over this multiplication whenever, okay, x star of your y into z which is equal to x star of y into your x into z. This operation, okay, this thing we will be clear when we go into the exact axioms and as well as the exact Boolean algebra concept. X star of your y into z is equal to x star of y into your x into z.